Hey guys, Josh Henkin here, creator of the Ultimate Sandbag Core Training System, along with senior physical therapist Jessica Bento. What we want to do for you today is take you through a really cool workout that really shows you how we integrate the core in all of our exercises. One of the great things about our Ultimate Sandbag system is that you don't have to do a lot of specific core movements because the core is being worked all the time throughout these different variations. We're going to go through the movements, show you how it's done, and so that you can still get your conditioning and your strength training while strengthening your torso all at the same time. So we're going to do a first series alternating between two exercises, a upper body dominant and a lower body dominant exercise. The first exercise we're going to do is a shoulder squat. So what Jessica's going to do is she's going to bring the bag to her shoulder, and just in the process of shouldering the bag, that puts the weight on one side of the body. So when she now goes ahead and squats, she's really going to be challenged to hold her alignment. So let's go ahead and do about 5 squats nice and slow, Jess. So if you're dealing with a sandbag that's a little bit lighter for you, you can do is just slow down the speed. You could add specific pauses, specifically at the bottom, and then try to accelerate up. If you're dealing with a heavier bag, really focus on keeping your postural alignment. Too many people, when they do this drill, hike their hip to one side and really lose the value of the exercise and set themselves up for some low back injuries. And relax, Jess, good. Now, you could do, I recommend you do 5 on one side, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our Power Ultimate Sandbag. And this program is best done with 2 sandbags, but if you only have one available, you can definitely just do it with one. She's going to go ahead and she's going to shoulder the bag again. And what she's going to do is slowly drop lunge down so that her one knee is resting on the ground. Now from here, what we're going to do is an arc press. So the great thing about the arc press is it's a one-armed exercise. So we're in a one-legged position and one-arm position. So when she goes ahead and presses up slowly to the other side, she's really, again, she's challenging her body in the weight going up and across. So she's really got to keep her postural alignment, and the speed at which she's moving at is really, really important. This is a very slow drill. This does 2 things. One, it allows you to emphasize the core stability, but also works with shoulder stabilizers a lot more. A lot of people just whip right through it and they lose the value of this exercise. Now she's going to stand back up and then set the bag back down. So she would do 5 shoulder squats, 5 arc presses, 5 shoulder squats the other side, 5 arc presses. So when you go to our blog, that's how I want to see you do it. So you're going to complete all the sets of these 2 exercises first, and then you're going to our next series, which is going to be more of a conditioning series. Now conditioning doesn't always have to be fast. We're going to go ahead and show you how moving slow can be really challenging as well. So what the first thing we're going to do is called leg threading. Jessica's going to come down the ground. We're probably going to use our Power Ultimate Sandbag here. So she's going to come down the ground first. She's going to go ahead and roll so that she can bring the bag to her shoulder. Good. So this is going to look very similar to the get up, but some different dynamics. So she's going to have a wide base, so a nice V position. She's going to use 3 points of contact: arm, heel, and heel. This knee bend is going to come on up to a seated posture first. So once she's achieved this posture, she's not going to go all the way back down again. The main reason for that is because the bag can interfere with the ground. What she's going to do now is perform a hip bridge. So bridge up, and she's going to slide the leg through, so she's in basically a side plank position, really stressing the obliques and the hip. She's going to come back through slowly and all the way back down. So again, we're going to bridge up, come through, and all the way back down. We're going to do one more there, Jess, because the other important factor is what's happening at this shoulder. We're getting some great shoulder stability as well. She's going to rotate that elbow in to make sure she locks it, keeps the weight through the lat and not the shoulder. And right. When she's done, she's going to come all the way back down and let the bag go. So you're going to do that about 30 seconds per side. The next drill is our Lateral Bagged Rep. So she's going to bring our power bag back out. Now, I always recommend people use our smaller Ultimate Sandbags when they start lateral back drags. A lot of people just toss it back and forth. The idea, just like the arc press, is that you're going to emphasize going slow. If you go slow, you're going to feel this drill so much more. You also want to make sure you have the right surface. So carpet, gym floor is fine. You just don't want to avoid gravel or anything overly sharp. So she's going to get in a push-up position. Now you want to make sure the bag starts underneath you. With the opposing hand, she's going to reach across, slowly build the bag across. Now what we're going to have her do is walk her body across, and we're going to do it one more time. Good. Now from here, she can pull the bag back, walk slowly across. So if you're doing this in your house or a minimal space, you can just do one walk back and forth. Nice job, Jess. So the key is not to rotate, the key is to do it slowly. So I usually give people a 4 to 5 count coming across. You want to make sure to take that time so you get the most out of the exercise. The last one's a little more dynamic now. So the first 2, we're working on controlling speed, now we're going to go fast. So we're going to do a shoveling. She's going to grab her power bag again. The great thing about using the power bag for this drill, or for guys if you want to use your strength bag, is having something more compact because you're going to be doing a lot of moving. So she's going to rotate to one side. She's going to pivot, push through her hip, extend the bag out. Now what she's going to do is some slow repetitions first, or some low side repetition. As she builds up momentum, you see the bag starts to come up higher and higher. So as the bag gets higher and higher, she has more force coming down upon her. So it's very important that you hinge back on the hip to receive that weight. You want to make sure to have the arms locked so that you're only using the projectile weight, so that you keep the upper back and the glutes working and absorbing the force as it comes down. Nice job, Jess. So you're going to do these 3 exercises as a circuit. Because both the lateral bag drag and leg threading have 2 sides, you're really doing double the work. So you can go 3 rounds through this. You can go up to 4. Probably wouldn't do too much of that because quality starts to drop. You're going to find that if you really adhere to the speed component, it really starts challenging you. So I hope this shows you how you can really integrate your core training into a really dynamic activity, and again, what makes ultimate sandbag training so powerful. So make sure to check out the whole workout at dvrtfitness.com.